Juliana Pasquarosa has opened up about the embarrassment she felt after the Grant-Ellis split. This is the first time Juliana has spoken about the breakup since it happened. However, fans are shocked to hear what she had to say about it all. There is a lot to unfold and uncover when it comes to this situation. She had a lot to say. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Grant Ellis's Bachelor season doesn't work out. Grant Ellis was the recent Bachelor. However, his season did not work out like anyone hoped it would. His season was boring and fans hated it. A lot stopped watching before it was over. Grant also tried to promote his music career on there, and fans did not like that. However, he ended his season by getting engaged to Juliana Pasquarosa. Fans thought this could work out. However, quickly after, they revealed that they were breaking up and the wedding would not be happening. While this was not the most shocking thing fans heard, it was still shocking to hear how quickly they called it quits. Grant claims he was not the one who broke up with her. However, Juliana claims it was mutual. Juliana Pasquarosa revealed embarrassment after the split. It's so odd because I think I was having so much angst about the breakup being announced because I felt oddly embarrassed on the sense that on my family's end, we take marriage very seriously. And just before even filming, I had this goal like, I just want to make my family proud of who I am when they watch it back. So that was really hard for me. Of course, they didn't judge me, and they didn't find it embarrassing, but that was what I struggled with the most. I really didn't care what anybody else thought. I was just like, I really hope my family's not upset with me. She did not want to upset her family whatsoever. She just had to do what was best for her and her future. Juliana's family ultimately understood her decision, but that did not stop her from being embarrassed about the situation. It seems as though Juliana felt embarrassed about her engagement not working out. However, fans think it is better that she figure it out now and not after they are married. Regardless, her family was not upset with her in the slightest, which made her feel better about the situation. In the end, both of them decided the best decision was to go their separate ways. What do you think about this? Are you shocked she was embarrassed? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation.
It's the confession Bachelor Nation never saw coming. Juliana Pasquaro, the radiant fan favorite, who once captured hearts with her humor, elegance, and infectious smile, has finally broken her silence about her split with Grant. A breakup that not only blindsided fans, but left her struggling with an emotion she never expected to admit publicly: embarrassment. The usually confident and composed Juliana revealed her truth in an intimate interview that shook Bachelor Nation to its core. Her words weren't wrapped in cliches or sugar-coated with PR polish. They were raw, vulnerable, and painfully relatable. I felt embarrassed, she confessed, her voice trembling. Embarrassed that I trusted so deeply, embarrassed that I believed in something that wasn't what it seemed, and embarrassed that the world watched it all happen. And just like that, a new chapter of Bachelor drama was born, one more shocking than the rose ceremonies, more heart-wrenching than the tearful exits, and more real than any scripted fairy tale. When Juliana and Grant first appeared on our screens, their chemistry was undeniable. From playful banter during group dates to intimate whispers when the cameras panned away, they became the couple that everyone was rooting for. Grant, the charismatic charmer with a smile that could melt steel, seemed to have finally met his match in Juliana, a woman who not only matched his energy, but challenged him in ways fans admired. They were like a rom-com unfolding in real life, one longtime viewer tweeted. I thought they'd be the couple to prove this show actually works. Even castmates often describe them as inseparable. On camera and off, the two seem to radiate the kind of passion and joy most Bachelor contestants only dream of. By the time the finale aired, their love story was the one Bachelor Nation had engraved in its memory as a forever romance. But behind the perfectly edited episodes, something darker was brewing. While the season ended with an engagement and what appeared to be happily ever after, whispers started surfacing shortly after filming wrapped. Grant was spotted without his engagement ring, Juliana appeared in cryptic social media posts with captions about trust and healing, and insiders hinted at rocky waters. At first, fans dismissed the rumors as tabloid exaggerations. But then came the bombshell. Juliana and Grant had split, just weeks after the finale. The internet exploded. Was it infidelity? Was it the pressure of fame? Was their love never real to begin with? Theories multiplied as fans scoured Instagram stories, paparazzi sightings, and deleted tweets for answers. For months, Juliana stayed silent. Until now. In her first in-depth interview since the breakup, Juliana didn't shy away from the truth. She described the heartbreak, the sleepless nights, and the roller coaster of emotions that followed the end of her relationship. But most shocking was the word she used to define her pain: embarrassment. I've been through heartbreak before, but this was different. This was public. I felt like I let people down. Fans who believed in us, friends who rooted for us, even my own family who watched the show with hope. That's the kind of embarrassment you can't prepare for. Her admission resonated deeply. After all, who hasn't felt that sting of shame when love unravels, especially when it happens under the gaze of millions? For Juliana, the spotlight amplified the humiliation. People saw the proposal, the promises, the fairy tale, and then they saw it crumble. It wasn't just my heart breaking, it was my pride.
Grant has remained relatively quiet since the breakup, posting carefully curated photos of workouts, travels, and brand partnerships. But when asked about Juliana's recent comments, insiders close to him suggested he was taken aback by her honesty. He doesn't see it as embarrassments, a source revealed. He feels like they both tried and it didn't work, but he respects her for being authentic. Still, some fans aren't convinced. Social media remains divided. Grant was never serious, one user commented on Instagram. Juliana deserved better. She always did. Why do men go on these shows if they're not ready for real commitment? The speculation continues, with Grant's silence only fueling curiosity. Juliana's confession also shines a spotlight on the larger issue Bachelor contestants face: the cost of finding love in front of cameras. For every fairy tale wedding, there are countless breakups, scandals, and public humiliations. It's like you're living inside a snow globe. Everything looks magical from the outside, but inside, it's fragile. One shake and it all comes crashing down. She admitted the pressure of fan expectations weighed heavily on their relationship. Every smile was scrutinized, every social media post dissected, every absence noticed. You can't just go through a fight privately, she explained. You argue and suddenly the world thinks you've broken up. You post less, and people write stories about it. It's exhausting. Unsurprisingly, Bachelor Nation has erupted with reactions to Juliana's admission. Hashtags like "We Love Juliana" and "Bachelor Bombshell" trended overnight. Many fans applauded her bravery. "Thank you, Juliana, for showing us it's okay to admit vulnerability. She's so real for saying embarrassment. That's what heartbreak feels like." Others, however, criticized Grant for not addressing the situation more openly. He's hiding behind gym selfies while she's pouring her soul out. Real men own up to their part in the heartbreak. But perhaps the most telling reactions came from those who related personally. One fan wrote, "Her words healed me. I went through a breakup that felt humiliating, and hearing her say it out loud made me feel less alone." Despite the heartbreak, Juliana is not letting her story end with embarrassment. She's turning her pain into empowerment, focusing on projects that celebrate resilience and authenticity. She recently teased the podcast where she plans to share uncut conversations about love, healing, and self-worth. "If my story helps one person feel less ashamed of their own heartbreak, then it's worth it," she declared. She's also been spotted working on collaborations with wellness brands, hosting events focused on self-love, and spending more time with family and close friends who've become her rock through the storm. "I'm not embarrassed anymore," she smiled. "I'm proud. Proud that I gave love a chance, proud that I can speak my truth, and proud that I'm moving forward."
Juliana's bombshell isn't just a personal revelation, it's a cultural moment within Bachelor Nation. Her vulnerability has shifted the narrative from scandal to sincerity, reminding viewers that behind every rose ceremony lies real human emotion. Producers may craft storylines, but they can't script the aftermath. And in Juliana's case, the aftermath has become more powerful than the original love story. Fans are now calling for the franchise to focus less on manufactured drama and more on genuine connection. Juliana showed us what real heartbreak looks like. This is the kind of rawness the show needs. From embarrassment to empowerment. Juliana Pasquarosa's confession may have begun with embarrassment, but it's ending with empowerment. Her journey from love to heartbreak, from shame to strength, mirrors what so many people face, only magnified by the spotlight of reality TV. In the end, her words remind us that the most powerful roses aren't the ones handed out on national television, but the ones we give ourselves, the roses of self-love, growth, and resilience. And as Juliana steps into her next chapter, Bachelor Nation is watching, not to see who she dates next, but to witness the woman she's becoming. Embarrassment doesn't define me, she said, her eyes shining with resolve. It's just part of my story, and my story isn't over.